Hey everybody, it's ski season, and here's what I like to do after a ski day. You've had a great day on the hill, your legs are probably burning a little bit, had lots of great face shots, and now you're gotten home and it's time to stretch out to make sure you're good to go for the next day. If you start, even stretching for a couple of minutes at the end of your day will really help in your recovery for the next day. And this is where we apply some static stretches. So these are my top 3 favorite ones to do after skiing. First and foremost, I want to stretch out my hips. After skiing all day, I usually feel pretty tight through there. So we're going to take it down into a basic psoas stretch. I like to line my leg up 90 degrees. The key part here is to try and tip the pelvis up. So really, if you're stretching the right leg, you're going to really squeeze that right glute, chest up. Feel that pull through here. If you're feeling a little bit in the quad, that's okay too. Those quads probably need to be stretched out. If you need to, you can move that foot a little bit forward, but what we don't want is a deep lunge like this where you're just hanging off the hip capsule. So bring it in, tuck the pelvis, squeeze through here. If you need to, you can put your hand on a piece of furniture or a little stool or something to steady yourself, or even just widen your stance a little bit. Tuck the hip, reach up with the arm, and bend slightly to the side. And you're going to want to hold this for 30, 45 seconds, even 60 seconds. Bring it down. Next thing, you're going to notice sometimes the back of your leg is feeling pretty tight through those hamstrings. So from this position, generally I'll just extend that leg, toes up, and hinge at the hip. So what we want to see is chest up, hip hinge. Feel that a nice pull through here. Again, if you need to steady yourself, have your hand onto a piece of furniture or a stool. What we don't want is bending forward. We want to keep that chest up and hinging at the hip. If you feel any pressure in your back or pain in your back, you're going to want to release and avoid going too deep in this one. You're just going to want to hold this for 30, 45 seconds. Last but not least, we're going to want to stretch out our glutes because we know with skiing, lots of glute work. So my favorite is a figure 4 stretch. So I'm going to come down onto my back. There's lots of variations of this stretch, but I like this to do it this way. So lying flat on the back, ankle across the knee, flex the foot, hinge at the hip, and you can start to pull lightly with your hands on the left leg if you're stretching your right glute. You're going to feel the stretch through this piriformis muscle and through your glute max a little bit. If you're finding it hard to reach this hamstring, you don't want to be up like this. Use a little towel or a strap, loop it through the leg, and then gently pull back in order to create that stretch into your glute. You want to keep your head supported so that you're not straining your neck at all. And again, you're going to hold this for 30 to 45 seconds. And of course, with all these stretches, we want to do 30 to 45 seconds so that you're good to go for the next day.